Hmm? Yes. Greetings in the name of His and Her Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, Empress Reserve Menin. Yes, family. One perfect balance. Welcome to another special edition of Politically Incorrect, where we get it correct. If we're not correct, feel free to correct us. Yes, can you believe it? It is already Friday again. It's like, yo, this time be moving quick, like the quickening in the latter days, you know? They say that the quickening, man, and the quickening, and the quickening. We living in the quickening because right now, man, is like everything happening real quick. Question tonight is, are you ready? Are you ready? So go tell a friend to tell a friend, ask the question if you ready, because that's the question we asking tonight. We're gonna discuss some stuff, including some domestic matters. Yes, we're going all the way to Bathsheba with Josie River. We're going to unearth some truths thanks to the Inbox crew. Got to show the Inbox crew providing information. My question tonight was prosperity versus poverty. You know, what we looking for? What are we really working towards? You know, because it's such a mental thing, this thing called poverty, that you could have all the money in the world and still be poor, or you could have nothing in the world and be as wealthy as ever. So we're going to look at that in terms of where we are as a people and move forward from there. So go tell a friend and tell a friend. Politically Incorrect is on, and we're going to discuss some matters. Plus, we might upset a few folks tonight because you would never believe who is involved in this whole Josie River thing. And just for the record, by the way, there's a motorcade this weekend, and it is some information on it. You could probably find it on the Marcia Weeks program. Go check it out for those who are interested in being a part of that. Go check it out. But I'm gonna shed some additional light on Josie River that may have missed a few folks. And we're going to unearth some information with this Australian company or this Australian individual, this entity. We're gonna look to put a face to the faceless. We're gonna look to put a face on this entity and connect the dots. Like once you connect the dots, it makes perfect sense. So you do not want to miss this. In fact, somebody go call Marcy and tell her to plug in. This and that kind of program tonight. If you're going Josie River, understand what you're dealing with. And so that's what's up. My thing is, family, at this point, we're not just gonna claim Josie River, we claiming the entire island. And that's my position, has been my position. So Josie River definitely fall under the jurisdiction. So more strength to the people who pushing that. And I wish them all the success with it. Having said that, I gotta definitely in fact, while you go tell a friend to tell a friend, I'm gonna drop a tune. Shout out to the sister right here. I gotta drop this tune. Like I absolutely have to drop this tune. It's an absolute must. I cannot not drop this. But I want to play this. Let me just put it up on the sideline real quick right there. This is where I'm at right now. This is where I'm at right now. I had to play this, and I hope that you listen to the message. In the meantime, I'm going to go and share my life. I'm going to send it to a couple folks that said, make sure you send me the link. I'm like, listen, you got to subscribe to the page. You got to subscribe. Then you got to click on the notification bell. If you don't click on the bell, the algorithms, they're going to decide what you see and what you don't see. So it's best that you click on it, subscribe, like it, share with a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. We got to reach the stage where people, we promote our own. Just for liking it, sake, just like it and share it. Just because you share it with yourself a couple times. What that does is alert the computer because certain people are banned and blocked by the shadow blockers because the message is so great and so powerful. They don't want to get out. But I always tell people, the people that's supposed to find the page is find the page because everybody can't stomach this. So I'm gonna drop this tune. Listen to I want you to listen to the words though. This is what's important. Listen to the words. Listen to the words, family. Give me a song check.
Every day we on we mission, we aiming with precision, we trotting on with wisdom. Your vibes is what we give them. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Injustice in the system, unfair laws and poor decisions. Time for revolution, time to find a resolution. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? My people, we must rise.
We must rise, family.
Claim our rightful place in the light.
Claim your rightful place.
I dream the future and it looks so bright. Though things not right.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Very soon there'll be a change in the tide.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Remember to give praises for life. Employment in the ghetto, so more money is be legal. Too much of war around the world, so dangerous for boys and girls. Things so dreaded, things so dreaded, things so dreaded, things so dreaded. Keep the faith and just be strong. We not suffer more for long. Respect the tree that bears the fruit. Pray to Jah, He is the truth. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? My people, we must rise. And claim a rightful place in the light, reaching for the sky. I dream the future and it looks so bright, though things not right. Very soon there'll be a change in the tide.
Soon to be a change. Keep your head up high.
Remember to give praises for life. Yeah, soon we will rise again. Jackson bring out the light again. Top of the mountain we climb again. Around the corner we time again. No separation and war again. No blood and the streets only peace remain. No system to tie up with mine again. History we have a right again. One day soon we will rise again. Jackson bring out the light again. Top of the mountain we climb again. Around the corner we time again. No separation and war again. No blood and the streets only peace remain. No system to tie up with mine again. History we have a right again. Must rise.
My people, we must rise. Claim your rightful place. Claim your rightful place. Prosperity versus poverty. Don't let them trick you, family. Don't trust no politician. Pollution. Politician. Big tune. Shout out to Indra on that tune there. Much mighty respect to the sister right there. We just dropping the tunes, dropping the lyrics, dropping the message and music. No competition, man. She's in the league on her own. Big up to the sister. And I don't know if that's on YouTube as yet, but I got a personal download. I give thanks for sharing that wisdom, sis. More strength to you and continue your mission, you know, going to the world, man. Sister all over the world doing the work, dropping the message, man. That's what I'm talking about. My people, we must rise and claim our rightful place, man. Love it, love it. Powerful tune. I felt that was the way that we was going to start tonight. Taxi in the runway. I was always saying, no, point your seatbelt, we about to take off. But I was told earlier that tonight isn't that sort of night. Tonight you might need smelling salt. Shout out to moms, man, the matriarch, man. She said, nah, they're gonna need smelling salts, man. Smelling salts. It's a sort of night where you might pass out tonight, the stuff you might find out. You might pass out, man. So I'm telling you right now, go get your smelling salts. Keep it nearby. You might got the, you know, the shilling oil or something. Go get the shilling oil, man. Tonight is a shilling oil night. That's what sort of night it is. You say got a whole different ambiance going on. Go on the blue, representing Barbados, man. Representing Barbados. We go on the blue. We go on the blue. That's what's up. Yeah. So anyhow, family, I want to jump right into it at this point and start because I got a lot of stuff to share tonight. You're going to definitely need your pen. You're going to definitely need your paper or your screenshots, whatever you want to do. Shout out to the brethren. So Alfred is on the train. You travel safe and getting good, but definitely we keeping you company right in that joint, that tube to make sure you get where you're going, man. We're going to keep you going. Daffodil, I see you, man. Mental crystal. Oh, man, nah, the menthol crystal. Nah, menthol crystals. I remember my grandmother keep a bag of that. She used to have it wrapped up like in a little tissue. Not tissue, a handkerchief. For sure. Shout out to your ancestors, man. For sure. Brother say YouTube, the shadow ban. Yeah. Yeah, but that's all right, man. The people is who gonna spread the message. because as much as they might want to shadow ban, once the people start to spread the message, you can unspread it. You know what I mean? So you can only try to slow it down, but what you can't do is you can't stop water. And if you dam it, it does overflow. Serious. And in time, the dam alone does burst. So we're pushing forward. So having said that, let me go and look. It's like, where do I start tonight though? Like, where do I actually start? Like, actually, you know what? I'm gonna start right here, because if y'all see the flyer that I had up earlier, you know, I made sure I put certain things in place on purpose, so that I can relate to it at this point. So I'm gonna put it up real quick. Let me just pull it up on the screen real quick, and yeah, you just put it up. I'm going to. Should I share it? Yeah, I can do it different. I can put it different. I was going to do it different, but making decisions on the go. I'm going to share the screen instead of doing it that way. That way it can have more versatility, flexibility, ability. Yeah, that's what's up. You're going to add that right there. Yeah, so that's where we're going tonight. Make sure I just maximize it. Getting the dead space. That's what's up. Are you ready? Poverty versus prosperity. Now, a lot of folks may wonder, you know, Emmanuel, where you going with this piece right here? Where you off to with this? You know what I mean? In reality, this is what I'm saying. You know, we living in a time where now a lot of people are just working. Nobody really paying attention, just going through the same program monotony. You get up, you go to work, you do what you got to do, you come home, end of the week, you get paid, end of the month, or every other week, how it works out. And we going on this treadmill. But if you think about it, when was this like? Maybe back in the maybe the 70s, maybe even the 80s a little bit. It was a case where mothers would have stayed home, had 2-3 children, and the man would go to work. You know, they would have a car, and everything would be still good. They would, you know, do their how to do their shopping or whatever, and it was good. It was kind of good. I mean, to some degree, folks was seemingly being able to sustain themselves. And it was funny because one person working could have sustained the home and the take care of the children and still take care of the bills and the vehicle or whatever else. But now in 2024 is like, don't matter what you do from week to week, it's like the paycheck don't even make it to the grocery store, man, at all. And those are in a position that doing other works is like they work is like living literally what they call it from paycheck to paycheck. So what is that? How comes that happen? What changed? What changed the family structure? The power of the Trinity, man, woman, and child. You know, you had your nice home, it was well taken care of. You got some homes now that people can't even afford to fix the house. They can't even afford to buy a window or a door, like it to the state where it dread because they're too busy paying for other finances. And if that wasn't the case, they got the health aspect. I know of one family, because of what happened a few years ago and what one of the individuals did to himself by going forward and taking that and being a volunteer in that whole process of science and research. And they were affected to the point where they eventually lost their lives. But although they lost their life, they eventually lost their life. Although they lost their life, prior to losing their life, the family had invested almost all their savings trying to save this individual, doctor to doctor, procedure to procedure, and they tried everything. And unfortunately, the individual, you know, transitioned. The worst part is that although they transitioned, don't forget they spent all their resources trying to hit. So now the person transitioned, and there was nothing left to make anything happen. Nothing was left for the individual to. So the family was out, and they out. Why? Because they believe these politicians. They believe what these politicians had to say, and guess what? Ultimately, that didn't pay off in their favor. They lost in a major way. And so I'm saying tonight, family, we got to make some decisions ourselves. We got to reach a point where we got to make decisions. You know, are we ready to make that decision that we are no longer going to believe what these politicians tell us? because all they tell us is what they think we need to hear to keep us passive, keep us waiting to see what's next. Just hold on, hold on, hold on. But meanwhile, while they telling you hold on, they out there making all kinds of money, getting paid, you know. Oh, hold on. Let me not even say that. Let me show you instead. Let me show you instead. Let me show you instead. Let me go to Exhibit A. Exhibit A. I'm just going to share these links. I'm not even going to get too deep into it. Too deep in it. Is this the one I want to share? Righty. Not this one. Let me share this one first. Let me share this one. This one first. This one first. How about this one first? This one first. No, I'll share this one first. I'll share this one first. I got too many to share tonight. I'm telling y'all, screenshot this. The links, by the way, I'm going to put the links in the comments. Wait, Big Pain in the house. Shout out to Big Pain. I also see Easy Entertainment. Shout out to the family, man. Sean the God, big shout out to you too. But check this out real quick, brother. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Moors and the Maroons in the house too, man. I see you. I see you. Check this out right here, man. Let me go to the top real quick. We ain't playing. Let me add this to the screen. I'm just going to drop these and go. I'm just going to drop it and go. Let me get the link first of all. This is from the Guyanese Times. So this is back in the, this is from 2020. This is August the 23rd, 2020. Government spent over 68 million from taxpayers to retain private lawyers. Private lawyers. Now this is in Guyana. So the money is probably like divided by 3, kind of. I think it's something like that. But you can work it out, or 3 or 4, the exchange rate. But I want to show you something. I'm just going to scroll down here real quick. We're just going to skip, because basically what happened is that the government had an issue back with the election. You remember that time, and it was all back and forth. So they hired a few international lawyers. Guess who was one of those lawyers? Mr. Ralph Torn. I mean, of course, and Hal Gollop too. We got to call both of them names. So they went down to Guyana basically and got paid to the tune of, respectively speaking, 46,000 US on one case, which is 9.6 million Guyanese dollars. This is the QC, Mr. Ralph Torn, and Hal Gollop got roughly, I think he got a little less. He received, where was it? Oh, sorry, the 46 between the two of them. I think Torn got 30,000 and Hal got 15, give or take. Yeah, there you go. So 1,000 US. That's what's up. So why am I saying this? That was for one case. That's what I'm trying to say. That was just for one case. So when they talk about we in this together and they telling you to, hold on, they, for one case, this brother got, 30,000 US, just one case going in and speaking. I think he lost that case. So if I'm not mistaken, I ain't sure. Something it didn't work out. But if I'm Mr. Thorne, if I ain't correct, you could correct me. But that's how that went down. But so understand that these folks out here making their own way forward. Meanwhile, we here trying to connect the dots and make ends happen. Poverty versus prosperity, which is going to be. We listening to politicians and all we getting is more poverty. We listen to politicians, all we getting is more poverty. Meanwhile, they getting rich and they enriching their friends and making deals with corporations and selling off Barbados square foot by square foot. Why do I say that? Well, let's go down a different road. That's one link. In fact, let me go ahead and post that. You can go read that article. It's quite interesting. Very, very interesting article from Guyana Times. I think it says a lot, quite frankly. By the way, though, if he's a minister working in Barbados in his constituency, but I don't know how does that work. Are you allowed to still? Well, I guess if you're a backbencher, you go to work because you ain't doing nothing else anyhow. And since he didn't have a ministry, I suppose it's okay for him to leave and go overseas and work overseas while he's a minister in Barbados. So I suppose that's okay. But I don't know it all. So if I ain't ever, somebody correct me. Maybe that is all right as a backbencher. You can still maintain your legal practice. Anyhow, that link is in the comments right there for those interested in that. They can go check that out and have a good read. So what else are they doing in Barbados? What else are they doing? I just want to bring one thing up to speed, by the way. Just one more thing up to speed. That's to alert you all about something. You remember last week I was talking about the senator, I won't even call any names, who was talking about amnesty basically for, you know, employers that follow the government recommendation. Well, pertaining to the thing that they was told to do to you, the employee, they want to be exempt from any possible liability, which tells me that he probably knows something that the employees don't know yet. I say yet because I suppose it eventually will come out. But I just want to say this real quick. Let me just go ahead and paste, copy this link here as well and post this one. Remember back in 2021, there was a charity, COVID-19 charity sees no reason for its deputy chair to resign over vaccine scandal. Y'all remember that scandal? Well, what I didn't know is that that same senator who's asking for amnesty from that thing which the employees did to you, well, he was involved in this thing too. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? He involved in this thing and asking for like this thing, like you cannot make this stuff up. You cannot. Remember this whole thing with the what was it? The radical investment? Yeah. You got to read this article. This involving the other Eminem guy. Eminem, not the rapper, the local Eminem. And that's what's up. You got to check that out. And speaking of local Eminem and whatnot, like I said, prosperity versus poverty, poverty versus prosperity, left brain versus right brain. What are we going to do, family? Because this thing right here is getting out of hand, getting out of hand. So all I'm going to tell you is that the more you believe these politicians, they come all the time with their fancy words. They come all the time with their fancy speeches. In fact, let me go back to it again. I gotta go back to this thing again. I definitely going back to it. Yep, going right back to it. Let me put that back up on the screen right there. Bam. Yes. No matter how they come with they platforms or however they switch, because sometimes it might be red, it might be blue. I don't know. Whichever one it is, they don't know who, this multicolor thing going on like a rainbow platform. All I'm saying is that don't be fooled, man. I mean, for the most part, they clowns. They literally clowns, because they would have to be clowns to think that you don't see their buffoonery, that it's a circus they playing you. Now, although some of us may not see that, and I admit there's a lot of shadow people who don't got a clue what's going on, that stand there and listen, faithfully supporting these individuals because perhaps the crumbs that fall off the table kind of reach their feet. I'm cut from fabric. Crumbs ain't sufficient for us. We ain't dealing with no crumbs. Nah, we ain't dealing with no crumbs. Crumbs are nah. We ain't dealing with the crumbs. We ain't dealing with the crumbs. Crumbs is not what we're dealing with. Beverly, I see you too. Good night, family. Let me post that link there, Beverly, in case you didn't get it from Barbados today. Imagine they want immunity. They want to give us crumbs, but they get immunity. So you can't even sue nobody. You can't even sue nobody. Why do they request laws to give them? That's what I'm saying. Despite all this going on, don't get distracted. All this money about houses and Chinese galvanized houses and money missing, all that. That is a distraction. Pay attention to what they're trying to slide onto the radar. Why are you looking at missing money? Money been missing in Barbados. Money been missing from the inception. Every political group does the same thing. And prior to coming to office, they all do the same thing. They tell you one thing and they do absolutely the complete opposite. So $23 million missing, hold on. Mr. Auditor General, I am sure your report indicated hundreds of millions. Let me not even say billions, but I'm sure there are hundreds of millions of dollars that are unaccounted for. I'm not sure why you single out Mr. Dugin or Do Good or Do Who, whatever his name is. But he seemed to be the focus right now. He seemed to be the fall guy right now. All the attention on Mr. Dugin. So since we're going to focus on Dugin, we're going to focus on Dugin. I'm going to keep that up as well. And I'm going to post something about him in a minute. Tell you what, I ain't even going to wait. But all I'm saying is don't buy into this hype. Don't buy into this hype. I mean, like I said, they clowns, man. They clowns. Get your body in alignment. Get your body in alignment from your lower self to your higher self. Switch from your left thinking to your right thinking. Balance yourself properly so you can see through these characters, man. I mean, that's all I could call them at this point. A lot of folks ain't gonna like me saying that, but yeah, though, somebody got to call it as it is. That's a reality. Imagine Noah preached for 120 years about rain and they laughed, thought it was a joke, just using his story allegorically. They laughed and thought it was a joke till the rain came, man. It wasn't funny then. I'm telling y'all don't see the clouds setting up. Y'all don't see the clouds setting up. Y'all don't see the clouds. Let me show you the clouds, man. Let me show you the clouds then. Since you ain't seeing the clouds. Now, remember what I told you about Mr. Dugan, right? Before I go to that, I got to go to this. Hey, let me pause it first. Let me go here first. Like I tell you, do not believe the hype. Every few years, they come with these stories and they tell you, believe what we're showing you. Believe what we're showing you. Well, believe what I'm about to show you right now. Check this out. Y'all remember this? Y'all remember this? Let me put it on the screen. Hang on. Let me add it to the screen. Y'all remember this? Now, before I go any further, I'm going to pause right here. I'm going to pause. Go tell a friend to tell a friend right now. Go share this with somebody else. Share this in your WhatsApp group. Share it on your status. Because I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pause. This is a commercial break. I'm pausing for a second. Because where I going with this right now, I'm telling y'all going to need the crystals tonight. The smelling salts. I'm telling y'all going to need the menthol crystals, man. This is about to blow your mind. You're going to need to have it. In fact, y'all going to need a shot of Falernum tonight. Aunt Rose, listen, one thing about Aunt Rose, right? Aunt Rose always had a bottle of Falernum. And the minute you start coughing and you act like you're wheezy, she come here, come. She pour it in the cap and tell you, hold back your throat. And she would dose it to you. That'll tell you, hey, Granny. Man, I started to love that Falernum. Yeah. Perhaps that's why I don't ever get drunk now. I drink and nothing happens occasionally, but I don't know. Maybe the Falernum was I don't know. Let me go and share this real quick because what I'm about to do right now, going to jump people. Give me a second here, man. Let me send this out again. Let me broadcast this because y'all think I'm playing. When I push play on this, like I tell y'all, you cannot believe these politicians. You can't accept it, man. Go tell a friend and tell a friend, man. Hold on. Let me see. Y'all think I'm playing. Y'all think I'm playing. Big Pen asked the question. So since it was a medical study, where the money at? What do you mean where the money at, Pen? Wait, you ain't no part the money at? Shucks. Look at there. Yo, listen, man. Look, man. Pen, look the money right there, man. Right? You whistle like right there. Yeah, you think this is the game. I told you all I have the receipt. And by the way, for all those who message me and ask for a copy of that receipt, I hope you all read the article. Make sure you print it and save it because they probably want to take it down. Know that I'm highlighting it because that's what they do. And I have even the receipts to prove that. I got links that used to be one way. Now you check it. They don't even exist anymore. Them pages, that website not available. Done got taken down. But I'm going to play this right now. I want y'all to pay attention. Politics. Let me tell you something, man. All they do is poly and tick. Poly and tick. You know what a poly is? You know what the tick is? Let me play this. This, by the way, is back in 2017. This is a younger Mia Montley. She wasn't as, this is a younger Mia Montley. Let me just play this. I want y'all to listen to this carefully. Let me make sure the volume is on properly. I want y'all to listen to this carefully, man. You know what I mean?
Hi, this is Mia. I'll be walking for justice on Thursday from Parliament Buildings to Bay Street. Come and join me and wear something white. If you feel that there's too much unfairness in this country, see you on Thursday. Walk for justice. Blessings.
Two things. I'm going to play this again because it's 15 seconds. This is 15 seconds. That is probably the most important. This is probably the most powerful 15 seconds prior to the election of 2018. Because that walk that she's talking about changed the course of history in Barbados. Because the support that was given to this could not have been done without, now listen to me carefully, could not have been done without the assistance of the union and the union representatives. Pay attention to what I just tell you all here. This could not have been possible without the union and the union representatives because the working class is who showed up. I mean, people who got the free shirts and stuff, people like free stuff. But you see the other individuals that was actually given the day off to do this, which tells you that the private sector was also on board. Hence, the private sector now want the amnesty because we did what you asked us to do. Now you got to do what we asked you to do. Pay attention, family. Pay attention.
Hi, this is Mia. I'll be walking for justice on Thursday from Parliament Buildings to Bay Street.
Walking for justice from Parliament to Bay Street. Like I said, man, that was a serious thing. Serious thing.
Come and join me and wear something white.
Come and join me and wear something white. You see when that other fella was talking about come and wear something white? Yeah, that other fella. I have my reservations, you know. But I see where you get it from now. And it makes sense. It makes sense.
If you feel that there's too much unfairness in this country,
do you feel that there's too much unfairness in this country right now? Do you feel that way? Really?
See you on Thursday. Walk for justice. Blessings.
See you on Thursday. Walk for justice. Blessings. Well, you see the blessings we got, right? Y'all went to vote 30 Love twice. You see the I hope y'all getting the blessings y'all was asking for. I hope you're getting the blessings you was asking for, because believe you me, you know, blessings, the blessings coming, right? The blessings coming. And this is why we cannot listen anymore to these politicians. Poverty versus prosperity. They keep telling you about supporting them. You go support them, and for some reason you end up in more poverty. But you only discover it when there's programs like the Marcia Weeks program and Caswell and Kimar and the others come out and start to tell you stuff that you ain't never heard before, that a lot of people already knew, but you know, it come out when it's supposed to come out by the appointed time. So you don't forget the plantocracy, decide what's going on. Like how Mia came out and started telling you things that you didn't hear before. How she came in and miraculously fixed the storage issue on the South Coast that couldn't have been fixed before, which is funny because if y'all knew how they fixed it, it's almost like they turn off the pipe and open the valve. It's like, well, wait, that's all you had to do? Shucks, it might have been sabotaged before. So it's all a script unfolding deliberately to manipulate your thinking so that you looking left, right, you should be looking right, and you looking right when you should be looking left. And guess what? Joe's River is no exception. Well, let's take a look at this Joe's River situation. I mean, where do we go from here? Well, let's go here first of all. Let's go here. I like this one. I like this one. The reason why I like this one is because, well, I like this one. This, my friend, is Google Earth. Why Google Earth? Because I like Google Earth. Simple as that. But no, seriously, this allows me to take a little time here now. Let's walk through this, family. Let's take a topography view and look at Barbados from above. It looked kind of interesting, right? Out here in the middle of the water. Anyhow, let me get to it, man. Let me get to it. So we go in Bathsheba, which means we're going in the parish right here that is well known for a number of things. Number of beaches, number of places. But most importantly, we go into this neck of the woods right here. Let me just get you a little closer. Let me see if I can make you even a little closer. This is better? No, I'm trying to get you as close as possible. Ah, there you go. There you go. Let's take a look. So here we are now at Bathsheba. You know, we're in Bathsheba area. Now, before I get to Bathsheba, let me just zoom out a little bit. Just a little bit. I want you to pay attention to what you see. In this middle section here, you know, this middle area here is, as you can see, a lot of little houses, little clusters of houses. But I want y'all to look carefully at the vast amount of open land. Just vast. Now, by the way, this is not agricultural land because you ain't seen the beds. When you get closer, you realize that they ain't growing nothing there. Ain't a sugar cane, ain't a watermelon, ain't the pineapples, ain't a well, vast open land. Land can't done, man. Land as far as the eyes could see, sitting there doing absolutely nothing. poverty versus prosperity. I'm going to tell you all what to do in a minute. Just bear with me, though. We're going to get to this tonight, man. Go tell a friend to tell a friend. We got to stop playing with this. Stop playing with this. We going Joe's River. We going Joe's River to take Joe's River. We ain't going Joe's River to just go Joe's River. Now, I'm going to show you why we ain't just doing that. So we're going to zoom in a little closer right here. Like I said, as you get closer, you start to recognize, well, these is homes and houses, little roads and stuff. Really, it's interesting. Why I never see this, Emmanuel, is Google Earth. I can get the link too, by the way. In fact, let me get the link one time and copy that. So as you can see, Bathsheba is here somewhere. Where's Bathsheba? Bathsheba Park is down this side down here, highlighted. And this road on the East Coast comes up here. As you can see the road, we can follow the road all the way up, all the way up. We can follow the road, hit the bend right there and come up and come up and come up and keep coming up. By the way, look, the Sargassum all on the seashore right there. Anyhow, we going to come up and we going to come up and we going to come up and we going to keep coming. And we going to come to the old hotel they got right there that basically almost dilapidated. I mean, it's a mess right now. Well, it was a mess. I haven't been there recently, so I can't really speak on it. And then we arrive at Joe's River. Two things I want to point out here, family, bright and early. Joe's River, right? People talk about access to the beach and whatnot. Well, the truth is, there's plenty of access points here to the beach. That's just the first thing. The river by itself is a separate area, but I mean, folks have to know why they choose to go that route versus another route. But what I want to point out, though, is the fact that as you zoom in here, by the way, let me go a different route first. Let me go this route first. Let me share this tab instead. For now, let me switch gears, give you a better view. This one right here shows the actual river as it is in blue. That blue marking right there is Joe's River, as you can see. It's Joe's River right there. You see in the blue? That's where the river comes. It goes out to sea. That's where it's at. So this basically shows the trailway they have and what folks consider the bridge and the discrepancy, the Edgewater Hotel, the old Edgewater Hotel, and that's what's there. That's kind of in ruins. Unless they've been fixing it recently, that's what's going on. But let me show you something real quick here, family. Let me switch back. The reason I show you that is to show you that when you come to this particular one here, let's zoom in. This is the river right here, as you can see. That little bend right there, and the little down here, you see this is the bridge that we're just looking at. Don't mind, it's still kind of blurry. You can still get the idea. You can kind of still see what it is. That's the bridge right there that they talk about. And this is the old hotel that I said that's kind of in ruins right now. But this Rose River come up here and goes onto the bridge. It goes between the foliage and it goes up and it goes up and it goes up and it goes up and it goes up. By the way, like I said, if you look at this area, there's one or two larger homes. This one has a pool, obviously. It's a larger home and whatnot. But if you look around here, there ain't nothing but land. Look at all this land cannot done, man. I mean, land beyond your wildest belief. All these little houses here chuck up together and squeezing together. These folks been living here from the time they were living there. You could pick sense from nonsense based on what I mean by that. But there's a lot of land out here to do a lot of things if you're interested in doing things. But let me show you what I want to show you right now. See Joe's River right here? Let's zoom in right here. Where the river meets the ocean. Where the river meets the ocean, family. Recognize that there are these boulders here. This area is nothing but rocks. It's all rocks, of course, because where the water wash out to sea. Y'all remember Carew, the brother named Carew, that apparently was on his house that, the water came through because they built some different homes and rerouted the water channels, and the water came out to sea there and came down the road there in down St. James and washed the house and the man out to sea with that current pushing out to sea from the river, the water surge coming down. That's why you don't ever play on swim near a river where it touch the ocean, because that current will carry you far and take your life. If you don't know what you're doing, you got problems. So Joe's River in a way to really bathe, in a place to bathe per se. The rocks here and not is jagged. The white water here will show that it's pretty rapid. It's very much rapid. That means it's rocky, a lot of rocks and reef area in that area, and the water is very low. So it's in a place to be bathing. But there are plenty areas along that stretch that you can bathe. Don't get me wrong. But the area right here that's in partly contention is not a place where that you would bathe and that kind of stuff. So obviously something else is going on in that area that we may not know about. It might be minerals on the ground. Who knows what's really going on? But I'll tell you what, there's some folks investing in this apparently from Australia. Hey, down under, hey, mate, the Kangaroo City, out back. But guess what? Man, as always, they are related and their connections to Barbados and Barbadians. But before I go into that, I just want to play one more clip real quick. And I have to play this one. And I'm playing this one just for you, my family, in my best sarcastic voice. You could believe this man for you? Really? Let me put the Google Map Earth right here. Go check this out for those who want to see the Google Map of Barbados and whatnot. Let me post that real quick as well. Let me check these comments too, because they say don't be checking the comments. I don't want to miss nobody's thoughts. Let me see what's going on here, man. Question people should be asking. I remember this. The private sector is always protected. Their actions don't add up. Oh, yeah, fault. Yep. Serious. One hand wash the other. Beverly says she's listening carefully. Hold on, Beverly. You're going to need smelling salts in a minute. I'm telling you. Wait till I show you what I'm going to show you next, man. Jerome Walker put out a lot of money for people to come out and walk. I remember this walk. Remember the walk with me? Exactly. A lot of folks meant money. It's a money game, man. They playing us like fools. Poverty versus prosperity. I'm going to teach you all tonight how to get that prosperity, though. Real thing. Walk for justice. Too much unfairness. Wear white for purity. Blessings. So you speak about the hand in the glove the other day. Who's controlling that glove? Well, it's obvious. I'm going to show you in a minute. Blessings mean to be less. You already know that already, man. You already know that already. Donovan, I ain't even touching it. Ain't even touching it. Y'all know we're getting on with Donovan already. But we still paying sewage taxes. Yeah. Another scam again. Always scamming. Utter nonsense. I agree. They said they keep cutting the feed. Interesting. Yeah, well, Empress, I give thanks, Lioness. I give thanks. Well, they're going to do it with a few lives. For sure, they're going to come on. You know they're going to do that. But once you keep me posted, I ain't got no problem repeating it, man. We going to get this tonight, though. Why should people with pit toilets or those who is not hooked up with the sewage plant pay that tax? It is this money that is being collected, paying for something else? If so, what? Of course, taxes, I'm telling you, taxes are just exploitation, because taxation without representation is exploitation. It's just a way to shake you down, to justify keeping you where you are. Just to justify them doing what they do, they tax you accordingly. But listen, family, let me play this clip real quick right here. Remember what I was telling you just now, right? I want you to listen to this very carefully, and we're going to chop this up. Now, this is from the AG. Although it's from a few months back, this is actually from a year ago. It's more relevant today than ever before. Listen to this, family, and listen carefully.
Oh, well, I have been following the developments very carefully. As a lawyer who specializes in real estate matters, I have a keen interest in these kinds of developments. But I also must say that as Attorney General, I've had to be very cautious of how I proceed. People will have noticed that I was not present at any of the things that I would ordinarily be present at, to participate in community activism, which I have to say I'm very proud of. I support my constituents 100%, and I think that we need to let our voices be heard on matters such as this. But in relation to the specifics, as Attorney General, I have to be very careful, because many matters which involve developers will require input from the Office of Planning and Development. And in fact, in many instances, the government is joined as a party to any lawsuit. In fact, currently there's a matter going on between Flower Mill, Hard Rock, all the planning commissions, and the second and third defendants are the Director of Planning Development and the Minister responsible for planning development. With that as a possibility, it puts any person who holds the office of Attorney General in an amphibious position, because I could not, on the one hand, come out and speak publicly on a matter affecting my constituents, when I may a day or so later, hearing the head of the Attorney General have to represent the interests of the government.
Okay, we're gonna start right there because we definitely ain't giving him that time. I'm gonna put that link right there too. The link in the comments, family. Let me just post it real quick. So what he's saying in essence is that, oh, and by the way, he did drop some jewels. There's currently a lawsuit going on between the Flour Mill and Hard Rock, apparently. And apparently in the part of, two of the other people who are being sued on that lawsuit is the minister and the people in charge of the planning department, or whatever name they call it, Newtown Country. Quite interesting, by the way. I didn't even know that. So when they win that lawsuit and get paid quietly, and you see the Flour Mill move, or because I don't think Hard Rock moving, you would understand the government who won't pay that and whatnot, because I remember the government telling that Hard Rock place there not to put itself there in the first place, but somehow it end up there anyhow, which means that, you know, like the campus strength fire, the building got approved despite not having any fire exits or, you know, certain measures in place. Yeah, I just slid that right in there, right? Y'all saw that. You gotta respect the people that lost their life in the campus strength fire because money got passed here. People lost their life because of corruption. Anyhow, serious thing. So Mr. AG says he cannot come out and speak as a minister for the people in the area, which is his area, because he's an AG and he might be called at some point to represent the government in the same matter, because investors have to work with the government. And so he's choosing to side rather with the people of his constituency. He is choosing to side with the government, you see, because he's saying that he might be called to speak on behalf of the government. He didn't say then, well, I won't be able to speak because I'm actually a minister for the people. He's saying to the people, I can't speak for you because I'll be called to speak for the government. So he's choosing the government over the people. He's choosing the investors over the people. He is choosing whoever is putting money in his pocket over those who he claimed to represent. Those are his own words. You just heard it for yourself. He just said it for himself. He cannot choose to, but he said, I do support what they're doing, and I am proud of them. I am proud of them. Imagine that. You proud of them. No? Oh, that is so thoughtful of you, Mr. AG, to be proud of the people for speaking up for what is right and what is wrong, and outing the fact that something going on here is fishy. But you, rather than being a minister representing people, actually lend support to it. You're saying I might be called to be, represent the government. So how is it you could denounce the people, denounce supporting the people in your physical stance as minister for the people, but you can't denounce the stance as AG to represent the government and the investors? It is obvious and clear where your loyalty lies. Poverty versus prosperity. You cannot believe these people. Let me get a piece more. Hold on.
So I'm not coming down on one side or another in relation to the events.
I'm not coming down on one side or the other.
I want to say I'm proud of the people of Bathsheba.
I'm proud of the people in Bathsheba, though,
for standing up and raising an issue that in their mind affects them. But
for raising an issue in their mind. Listen to that. Hold on. Let me play that last part again. Here, you got to listen to this man carefully here.
Affects them, but I affects them.
Wait.
Bathsheba for standing up and raising an issue that in their mind affects.
For raising an issue that in their mind affects them. You gotta listen to this thing, family. Like, you cannot make this up. This man is speaking right here in front of you for himself. But now, I was never really big in English, although I love English. Like, I super love, I'm a math guy. So I do numbers like it's just like a language. Mathematics is a language to me, and I'm fluent with it. English, I love it. I love the art of words and wordplay. But is a conjunction, So when you say but in this context, he's proud of the people and everything, But when he says but, what that word represents in English, yeah, y'all gonna learn today. It represents that what I just said is secondary to what I'm about to say. In other words, what I'm about to say now automatically trumps what I said previously. And what I said previously is almost irrelevant to what I'm about to say. Let's hear what he's about to say.
I am Good judgment would dictate that they not comment on the rightness or wrongness of the matter, because at some point in time,
Good judgment would dictate I don't comment on it
the Attorney General
because I may be called, because I am the Attorney General, I may be called,
may have to represent the interests of the state
I may have to represent the interests of the state.
or may have to advise the government in relation
I may have to even advise the government.
to the kind of questions.
So having said that, family, let me just put in perspective. This is why I'm telling you what I be telling you. You cannot trust these politicians, man. This man who said it for himself to the people in his constituency. I'm proud of y'all for standing for speaking up was right for an issue that y'all feel in your mind. In other words, when I believe so or when I like, this ain't got nothing to do with y'all, man. But I proud of winner though. I proud of winner. I tip my hat to winner. But if that wasn't enough, right? He may have to advise the government. Well, advise the government on what and on who, because these individuals work together and work in cahoots. You don't believe me, right? Remember, right, that they keep telling you about a certain company coming out of the down under. Now, what I'm going to do is play this here. I'm just going to play this. I ain't going to say nothing else. I'm just going to play this clip. This is a company representing, in fact, hold on, before I do that. Shout out to my family in UK, man. That's all I can say. Just shout out to the family. Moms, this is for you. I hope you're in bed sleeping. You can see me in the morning when you rise, right? But this is for you, Mom. Just for you, Mom. Just for you.
There's three different ways you can deal with risk. You can mitigate it contractually, you can retain more risk yourself if you're comfortable and have the resources, or you can transfer it to an insurance company. I'm David Harris, the owner of Wentworth Insurance Advisors, an Eastern Suburbs and Lower North Shore general insurance specialist. I understand that there's a volatile economy out there.
I just want to pause it real quick. I know if y'all missed that. Let me just go back a bit. This is David Harris, the owner of Wentworth Insurance Advisors. Now, why is this relevant? Going into Australia. This is an Australian company, by the way. We going across the water now. We going across the water now. We all the way across the water. This is David Harris. Now, why is this important? Why is this important? This is an ad. Hold on, let me give you all the link for this too. Y'all need to go. What they're gonna probably take this down. So I'm telling you, go watch this as soon as you get off. Go check it. If you can download it, download it. I want y'all to pay attention to this ad. It is about insurance advisors. This guy, listen to what he's saying, but also pay attention to the pictures and the images you see in this video right here. Pay attention, family. We ain't got much time. I know they're going to take this down. Like, I know they're going to take this down, family. Pay attention, family. Pay close attention.
There's three different ways you can deal with risk. You can mitigate it contractually, you can retain more risk yourself if you're comfortable and have the resources, or you can transfer it to an insurance company. I'm David Harris, the owner of Wentworth Insurance Advisors, an Eastern Suburbs and Lower North Shore general insurance specialist. I understand that there's a volatile economy out there. That's why it's important to find someone that can understand your situation, that can listen, and that can design the sort of insurance program that will protect your business and your personal wealth. I want you to go out there, take risks, live life to the fullest, with the comfort of knowing that your lifestyle is secure. My core customers are small to medium-sized businesses, owner-operated for the most part, that value expert advice when they want to protect.
I just want to pause it here real quick. Just real quick. And I hate to even have to pause it here, but this is on YouTube. It's in the video and it's out there in cyberspace. Look familiar though. I just saying.
Their business and personal assets. Wentworth only deals with financially secure insurance companies that have a fair-minded approach to paying claims. I think sailing is a great metaphor for business and for life. Conditions are always changing. You have to be adaptable. You have to prepare. And at the end of the day, you're only as good as your crew. Life's full of risk. Imagine having one less risk just by acting on good advice.
Well, this is interesting. Looks like a nice, happy family. Now, what does this have to do with Barbados and Joes River? Well, it's interesting because when we check it out, there are certain individuals who have property and real estate in the Joes River area. I won't necessarily give the specifics as to where, but trust me, there are people who have locations and homes and resorts. Perhaps there's an investment for a development project going on that we may not be aware of. You know, there's always things in the pipeline. Brother talked with investing and taking risks. Well, guess what? We did take a risk. We took a risk in this investigation, and we found out that Mr. David Harris is none other than the brother-in-law to guess who? Yours truly, our Prime Minister, Mia Moore-Motley. Now, again, this is politically incorrect. And if I'm incorrect, please, somebody feel free to correct me. Feel free. Don't get there and watch no face. Feel free to correct me. Because if you check it, you can go online. I'm sure if you pull it up, I mean, you can check it. And I really, I mean, absolutely really hate to say this, man. But if you check it out carefully, you'll discover two things, if nothing else. The lady in that video is none other than Mia Motley's sister, which is crazy. In Australia, no doubt. So we talk these Australian investors and the Australians, it is the Motley's family and the in-laws, man. That's what's going on right here in BIM, as always, man. This is the games they play with us. Now, I ain't even saying they're wrong, because you're supposed to protect and invest and make prosperity for your family for generations to come. So I ain't even vexed with none of them. What I'm a little annoyed at is the fact that you're looking to sell out the nation and the people of Barbados who have inherently, through their ancestral line, bled for this land. They bled for this land. I mean, this video is, again, you can talk what you like. This video is on the internet. The link is right there. They even got their children up in that. And that's the only reason I would not even like this, because reality, I don't even want to mix up the children in this thing. But they put it out there. They figured that they was going to do this and nobody's going to figure it out. In fact, even at the end of the video, you see everybody walking happily on the beach, one happy family. I mean, you can pick sense from nonsense, even the dog in it. You know, all them white folks like dogs and all that kind of stuff. Come on, man. This is what y'all doing to Barbadians for real, man? To the highest bidder? To the highest bidder? Nah, man. That ain't right. That ain't right. Somebody said that's pure madness. He said, I noticed the resemblance. Man, look, Facebook is a funny thing. Look, this is the thing, though. Don't mind me. This is all on social media. All on social media. All you got to do is Google. Google. The internet works both ways here. Technology is not bad. By the way, Miss Motley's last name, her sister's last name is Harris. So maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe this is not her husband. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, please somebody correct me, because I would hate to be saying something about the lady incorrectly. Yeah, I mean, because if that's her husband, that's her husband. You know, little cream in the coffee. You understand? You understand? Maybe that's how she was conditioned. I get it. You love who you love, right? And it's all good. That's her family, beautiful family. It's all good. But the same as she wants to be prosperous and do things, you can't do it at the disadvantage and the detriment of the people here who have bled for this nation to the ancestral realm. You can't disadvantage them, sis. I would hate to think that you would be okay that a generation from now or two, when your children got children, that somebody do something to disadvantage your children and take from them what is rightfully theirs. There's nothing you would not do to get that back. I am sure. So understand where you're coming from tonight. We're speaking on those for the voiceless and those who don't have a voice. Y'all get there sideline and made deals, man, with these outback Australian people, these white folks in Australia that went to Australia and kill off the indigenous people. Remember Tasmanian Island? Sister, Miss Amor, what's her name? Ellen? Elan? Well, Ellen. What Ellen? Tasmanian Island. Go look it up, sis, in case you never know. You probably didn't know this. They paid them Europeans to go down there, man, and kill all the indigenous folks that look just like you and I, black as ever. Well, maybe a little darker than you, but nevertheless, you would have fought. You would have been one too. They wouldn't have passed you up. Your head would have been cut off. In fact, they were paid to cut the heads off, man. Yeah, these white Australians, they was white Australians, man. Look, don't even start me on this, man. Tasmanian Devils, right? Remember that cartoon? They literally try to hide this in your face, man. How they kill. Oh, go look up Shark Island, man. That's what to do. Google something called Shark Island, family. Type in Shark Island. Go look up the history of Shark Island. Go look that up, family. These white folks in Australia. Come on, man. Don't even start me on that. So all I'm saying is, guess what? Imagine that Mia Motley's sister, who's into land development, by the way, involved with this cat, Mr. Harris, assuming that that's her husband. In case I am in error, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, that's my 2 cents if I'm in error. But if I'm not, isn't it interesting? Hence the Tide Restaurant, the Cliff Restaurant, all these properties where these stakeholders and social partners and investors, right? Yeah. Yeah. If you go on this website for this company, family, it's quite interesting. You know, it is quite interesting when you go on the website for this company, Wentworth. Well, I took a trip. I went to see the Worth. So I went to the part where it talked about partners. I want to see who involved, you know? So I click on that link real quick. They got all annuity and life. I said, well, damn, boy, these folks right here rolling, man. They rolling, man. Was not expecting that. I speechless, you speechless. Somebody better text Sister Marcia, let she understand that this is what's going on, Marcia. Yep, the Australians, Marcia, is Mia Motley family. Them in-laws, man. Them in-laws, man. So it makes more sense now what the AG can't say nothing. Sell out the people. Completely sell out the people, man. See what I'm saying? The government is for the investors, not for the people. Bribes is a commonplace thing in Barbados. Overstand it, family. So I get this place and see all who are involved in the partnership. And I scroll and I scroll and I see all these different brand name companies. I recognize a few, like, okay, wow, okay, big, okay. And I come down. Then sign catch my eye. Sagicor. I was like, Sagicor. Wait, hold up. You mean the place where most Barbadians got their insurance as well? Home insurance, life insurance, car insurance, personal insurance, all kind of other stuff going on. Like, folks, this is a whole big conglomerate, man. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot. You cannot. All I'm going to tell you, man, is that we are a long way from home. That's what they say. We are a long way from home, family. Right now, quite frankly, we don't even know if we're going to coming. We don't even know if we're going to coming, family, with this information. And this is crazy as it is, but here's the best part. Here's the best part. Let me go back here real quick. Here's the best part. Because like I said, this is a family thing. This is a family thing. Hence, Miss Motley is in charge of this planning department thingamajig, whatever. It just is all about how to move land and sell. This is called colonization. It's with hostile takeover, how they buy out your property and leave you with nothing. You know, like I said earlier, let's go back to this one real quick. Let's do this real quick. Remember what I told y'all? Google Earth. This is Joe's River right here. Like I said, don't mind it cloudy. All this is bare rocks out here, all rocks. Like you can see, this isn't a place to go swimming nowhere down there, nowhere. So it gets a lot of attention, but for the wrong reason. What's really going on inland? What's happening up from Joe's River that they're not telling us? What's really going on? This not even about, look, this not even about not even this having access to the beach. Joe's River is not a beach. That front area right there, ain't nobody bathing right there who know that area. You could go talk to folks in that area. Ain't nobody from that area going in that area to bathe. They know what time it is. But there's plenty other parts of the beach left and right to bathe. That's not a problem. The access to it is what they're referring to. But guess what? Look at all this land. I mean, there's vast amounts of land that surrounds that entire area. What is going on inland that is not getting the focus or the attention? Are they doing drilling? Are they exploring the rock settlement? Are they doing some underground, something we don't know about? What's happening? What is really going on up in Joe's River? I have to ask Joe a question here because something ain't look right, family. Babylon say you open a whole can of worms. Yeah, it's true though. Devils is black to them. They always call us devils. Yeah, it's the Tasmanian devils. Tasmania is actually a place in Australia. And the black folks, but I use the word black loosely, that the indigenous folks that were there, these British folks came down there and they were being paid to kill as many as possible. In fact, they had a whole eugenics program trying to decipher and understand why blacks were so superior to Europeans. Then they tried to use genetics to create what they call, well, white folks or mulatto or whatever you want to call them, trying to see how they could mix the genes to figure out. And what they figured out was that the blacks were dominant, period. That's all recorded history. But, you know, that's for another program, another night. Legacy of stealing land from the indigenous people. That's a fact. Even the damn dog. Empress don't even do it, Empress. Even the dog, man. They ain't playing. But all I'm saying is that you look at that video, the link right there. Go look at the video. Google the sister on Facebook. You're going to see who it is, man. You're going to see who it is. They playing us like fools, family. Like fools. Poverty. All the people ever get for voting for these politicians is poverty. Now, I said I'm going to let you know about how to get out of this poverty and get to prosperity. But guess what? In order to get to prosperity, you got to be honest with yourself first of all. The first thing you need to do is go read this article right here too. Let me give you this. Copy this. In fact, let me put it up on the screen. Copy this. This is from Barbados Advocate. Let me just get a little closer real quick so you can see what's going on. A guy's view. White oak, black fools. Poverty versus prosperity. The link is in the comments, family. Please check it before they take it down. Save it as a PDF, whatever you got to do, and share it with your people who ain't got internet. Serious. Oh, Gemma, you get ahead of me, Gemma. You get ahead of me. The Health and Wellness Center that they're building out there in Josie River, because apparently the water from Josie River has healing properties, and the crystals from out the earth has healing properties. Interesting. So it ain't Josie River, the beach access that's the issue. Is what's going on further up. But if you focus on the beach, you ain't know what's going on further up. But hold on, Gemma. We're going to get to it in a minute. But this article right here, family, for those, and it's all news from 2019. But perhaps a lot of y'all never saw it and never read it. This is an absolute must read. You got to read this right here. You got to read this. You got to read it. The perspective opens your mind to different ideas. Quite interestingly. Even if it seems like it's straddling the fence, keep in mind that one side of it is showing you reality. Even if the other side is an illusion. Pick sense from nonsense, family. But this is a must read. White oak, black fools. Keep that in mind. And speaking of white oak, I got one more for you, man. I know I can't gear that one and not gear this one. Let me gear this other link too. They're probably going to try to take this one down. This is Barbados Underground. Some of y'all might know this. A lot of y'all might not know this, but this is also another. These folks been putting in work for a while, family. A lot of information, lots of information. Two-man white oak making 27 million from restructuring deal. This is also in 2019 in Barbados. This is also a must read. Must read. Make sure you arm yourself with both of these articles. If you haven't read it already, go check them out and then you see what's going on. Because that's what's up, man. That is what's up. But let's get to this point right here. The question was asked, what's going on up Josie River that we may not know about? What's happening further up? Well, guess what? It's a health and wellness center. For those who don't know, they're building some stuff. In fact, let me go back here real quick. I want to show y'all something real quick. Let me get back here. Let me get back to this one. Really quick. Let me touch this. So remember that this map here is interesting because it allows us to do a few things. It allowed us to go on a 2-dimensional tour and click on an infrastructure where we could decide to post all the blue links completely, which, well, we got to turn this around again, but maybe I could turn it around. Okay, all right. Let me flip this around. Let's flip this around. So now we out to sea right here. There's Josie River right here. We're looking at it from a different angle right now, family. We're looking at it from out to sea, looking inland. And as you can see, like I said, where the river comes down, there's boulders all around there. Nothing but boulders, nothing but big boulders and rocks. Anybody trying to swim between that current pull you out here, unless you could swim, you're going to have issues beyond your belief. But anyhow, let me go a little further inland. Like I said, the river comes here, it comes around. We try to follow it right here. It comes through, it goes through the foliage and it goes up and it goes up and it goes up. But like I said, they're doing some stuff up in here. And guess what? I was looking at this and Google. And one of the things struck me that I thought was quite interesting. In fact, I don't want you to tell. Yeah, there you go. That's what I want. There you go. Let me go back a little bit. There you go. Let me go here a little bit. Those blue lines represent all of Google ground images. So I can click on any part of that blue line and it'll show me the street. What I found interesting is when I got to this area in Bathsheba, the blue line stops right here at this junction, which is Bathsheba Park. But all this road going up here, all this area going up here, all this area, all inside here, all coming up, all the way up to this point, just when you get before the river. And then it stops here. It picks up the little road here, but then it stops again and all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. They don't have no images to show you what's going on the ground. So I was like, wait, how come? So like if I click this one, for example, this little blue dot right here, if I click this little blue dot, it brings me right in and shows me what's going on at that point. And I could turn this around. This is the hotel right here, Edgewater, like I told you, that's pretty much in ruins, unless they're doing something, which it could be. I don't know how old this picture is, but these are the rocks right here I was telling you about right here in terms of the way the river comes out, the boulders and whatnot. Not some place you go bathing. It's all rocks, rocky. This is not the place you go bathing. You know what I mean? That's not the place you go bathing if you want to relax and enjoy the water. This will make you nervous and you got to be on your P's and Q's. And you better be a swimmer in case you get pulled out to sea. But anyhow, so this is the area right here. Like I said, we could go all the way around and it's all good. But guess what? I don't want that. We want to see something else. Let's try this a little different. So these blue lines, let's go on this side right here. Let's go on this side. Click on this road here. And we can see just a road in the corner. Nothing special is going on. It's all bush, like I said, nothing but grass, all bush, ain't nothing going on. A lot of land and nothing happening, which is crazy, like I said, because in reality, people want land in Barbados. There's this building right here. You can check that out. We're in the corner, again, driving, nothing but bush, more bush. Wherever this building is right here, whatever house that is, it's just sitting there. Whatever it is, it is. Anyhow, the main point I want to make, family, is that when it comes to this area, there's not much you could see. They don't even show this area inside here with this house with the pool and stuff. We go up here into the community. We can go to the community. This may rather be the help and wellness center right there. I don't know. Let's take a look on the ground. Let's go on the ground here and see what's happening. All right. Again, we look around here. Not sure what's going on inside there, but it looks very It could be, I don't know. What's inside here? I don't see any signage. It could be a house. Who knows? Maybe somebody who knows the area can tell us what area this is exactly. This looks to be well manicured and whatnot up in here, though. I can tell you that. But nevertheless, like I said, family, there's a lot of things happening up that side that we are not being told at all. The main one is the health and wellness center that they're looking to build right now. And like I said, poverty versus prosperity. Do you see all this land right here? Like, look at this. Like, look at this right. Like, you can see that this is farmland right here. You can see agriculture land. You can see the beds. You know, you can see where they plow and whatnot. But you see all this bush, what they call bush foliage, river tamarins or whatever else. Look at all this. Look at all this area, all that area. Look how dense this area is over here. Dense. I mean, like a whole forest. Is acres and acres and acres. This is hundreds of acres of land just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. Nothing. Poverty versus prosperity. So like I keep telling you all, we got to stop begging the government to do for us what we should have been doing for ourselves. The problem why they keep stealing from you, because you've given them the permission to steal. Stop giving them permission. Stop supporting the government on that level. See all that land? Go find yourself a piece of land, family. Go and find yourself a piece of land and claim the land. They cannot tell you cannot claim the land. If it is state land, well, wait a minute. Where is the state and who is the state? Tell them to give you the state telephone number so you can call the state and ask the state a question regarding the land that the state claim belongs to it. Because the state is an it, not a who. And if you're telling me that the administrators represent the state, well, they're just employees of the state. They don't have the authority to make decisions for the state because they just work for the state. So then the question comes back, who is the state? Well, guess what? It would got to be you. So if they ask you a question about land that you took for yourself, tell them that you gave yourself the permission. That sounds a little crazy, right? Well, guess what? Buying land and paying taxes for it, that don't sound crazy? Year after year after year, you got to pay these people money for land you bought. When you go and buy a pair of shoes downtown, you don't go back to Care Shepherd and keep paying for them week after week after week after week. You buy land, but you got to pay a tax on it. That don't sound crazy? But you claiming land because you have a right to it. That sound crazy? Come on, man. Come on, man. Prosperity versus poverty? Nah, we got to change how we think, family. They got us. Are you ready to make that change, though, is the question. Because a lot of people ain't ready, you know. A lot of people are not ready. They're not ready. They're not ready, man. And I hate to say this, right? I say it, but I know folks ain't gonna like this. You cannot talk about breaking the chains of colonialism. You cannot talk about getting rid of the colonial master. You cannot talk about going back to the ancestors and our traditional ways while praying to a white Jesus. You can't do it, man. It is not going to work. You have to give Massa back his God as well. You have to give the plantation man back his God. You can't do it. So the minute I hear people talking about ancestors, the minute I hear people talk about going back to African and talking about supporting African and getting back their African mind, your African mind don't want to pray to no white man God, because the white man God is who enslaved you to start with. They gave you that God. You came here knowing who your God was fully well. And between the beatings and the lynchings and everything else, they taught you to forget. They tell me to forget that my grandmother was born right. It's so all right. I say, you know what's funny about that song, Emerton? Is that we take it at a point in time. But Gabby knows what time it is. The Rastaman know what time it is. He know that a lot of us will say before there's ever a slave ship that came to Barbados. He knows that. So when he talk about my grandmother was born right here, so as a conscious man, He don't necessarily mean his grandmother that came on a slave ship, you know. The grandmother that was here before the ship came. All right. I say I will go. All right. They tell me to forget. See, they want you to forget that you was here before. So you focus on being African in Africa, you would just let go of the land and focus on Africa so they could afford to steal it and take it from you because you don't have no claims to it because you don't claim it. It is yours. They can't talk Mia Motley. Hi, Mia, in case you're listening. You can't talk reparations for the Africans that were stolen and brought to the Caribbean, specifically Barbados, and not restore land to the original people that the colonizer took, that you still maintain in the name of the queen, the king or whoever, under the guise of state. There ain't no state land. It is indigenous land. The state don't have no right to the land that belongs to the people in Josie River. They don't have to ask you for nothing. You should be asking them for something. And that's the problem. We keep begging. Only slaves beg for permission. I am tired of saying it. Stop begging, man. You're either free or you're not. But then again, you got to be aware that you're free to function free. If you ain't free consciously, then you ain't going to be free. Because if you emancipate yourself from mental slavery, then you a slave, man. And if you a slave, then you're going to be asking for, you're going to be listening to Ralph Torn. Yeah, you calling Ralph Torn name, man. You're going to believe in Ralph Torn as a minister who run around told he's a king's counsel. I mean, up to now, I ain't heard the brother denounce that. Maybe he didn't hear my program. Can somebody kindly send a link to Ralph, please? I know one of y'all on here, you know, when I call other people's name, you just call them and tell them I said something. Please call Ralph and tell him I call his name and tell him that he got. If you represented the people, truly speaking, although the DLP thing got people whiplash, you gotta get rid of the king's counsel, man. You can't serve God and man. You can't. The same Bible that you talk about as a theologian say you can't serve two masters. Why? Because you would love one and hate the other. And according to the AG, if y'all are in any way and form or shape friends and colleagues, I'm probably sure y'all believe in the same philosophy. In reality, you can't love the people and you love the plantation too. Y'all are all agents for the plantocracy. And that's obvious. That's why you can't speak on any of the real issues. You could only talk about what the government doing wrong. But what are your plans for the people in Barbados that say they believe in you? What are your visions? Like what do you have for education rather than leaving it as it is, which is a colonial education and designed to indoctrinate our children and brainwash them and turn them into slaves to fold up white sheets in the hotels and pick up nasty condoms and pads off the floor when these nasty people come out here, and rather than put them in the garbage can, drop them right next to the garbage can on the floor. I got a few friends that work in hotels, but I've seen some stuff that make me want to puke. I mean, don't get me wrong, you got some, anyhow, let me stop, man. Let me stop. Because y'all think this is a game, and this ain't no game, man. This ain't no game. This is no game, man. Question, who is building a health and wellness center? Okay, here's the best part. All you need to do is get the name. Let me show y'all what to do. You get the name of who building it. Get the name of the company. You go to Kaipo website, do a name search. You get the number of the file. You go down to Kaipo and tell them you want to see the document. They can't stop you. Go take a look. The most they can tell you is you can't take pictures, but you know, that ain't none of my business. And the files are there for everybody to go and view who name is who director, who's who. Don't let it fool you. Get a drone and see what's going on. Yeah, no comment. There's always a distraction. That's a fact, Beverly. The pedestrians have access to that area. To some degree, probably. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Greetings, family. I see you too, family. Most of the land is gully and not that easily cultivated. Also, there is some of the forest which suggests that there is natural gas and or oil. Okay. Interesting. Natural gas or oil. Interesting. Reminds me of the sand pit. You can imagine these people sell the sand pit in Barbados, a sand pit. Imagine we have a circle area in the north of this country, the only place in the entire country where this pit of sand is located. And nobody ever wonder how comes there's a pit. First of all, how it was formed and how it got here. And our sand was a unique brown kind of sand. It wasn't like coral stone or granite. It was a special kind of brown sand. How that formed? Was that sand pit perhaps a meteorite that struck Barbados however long ago in that area that went down, and this was what was brought up from the depths that left on it? I mean, I'm fishing here, family. A sand pit, the only one in the whole country, unique to that one little island, and nobody knows what formed the sand pit. I'm sure that maybe did some research on it. I don't know. I don't have the information, but they sell it. The man flood it with water and plant some trees. Wait a minute. That sounds like he hiding something. Like he knows what's underneath all of that. Before we get to it, it's like, I don't know. He could have picked any place in Barbados to restore, to put water and plant trees. I mean, anywhere in Barbados, there's plenty quarries. There's plenty quarries around Barbados and landfills. He could have picked to build a resort, an oasis, or whatever you want to call it, to attract people. Why that spot? Think on these things, family. Think on these things. Remember to go with your makeup on AKA White Flora. As you know, they only sell AKA Give Our Land to the people that look like the clouds shaking my damn head. Ooh, man, the flour and the white sugar. You know, let me say this to that. We got to accept the fact that when it comes to this history in Barbados, Europeans didn't leave the coal and come to the Caribbean to oversee the plantation here. Most of these plantations was ran by families that look like the people that run in Barbados. No, same kind of thing. You know, they started to marry into the European to create that, well, what they considered a mix or mulatto-looking individual child, so that the child then was conditioned to the climate of this region and could do the bidding for the master that was in England. Ask Drax Hall about that. Or no, he don't live out here, but still own a piece of land. He don't own nothing in Barbados. He owned a piece of paper on a document belonging to the corporation called Barbados. He don't own land in Barbados. He own a piece of paper. The land gonna be here long after the paper decay and the rats eat it. Keep that in mind. Go claim the land, family. Don't let them people trick you with no paper. Governed by consent, but don't consent to be governed then. They have no jurisdiction over you. And tell them you ain't no African that come on the slave ship. You were African that came here before the ship. Yeah. So you don't want reparations for slavery. You want restoration of the land they took. Then they got to pay you for being on your land. That's the conversation we want, Miss Motley. We ain't want no reparation. We could keep that. We want restoration and a redress of grievance. Yeah, let me talk about that one. Yeah, what do you brother name? Al Sharpton. No, sorry, the Al Sharpton, the Caribbean, of Barbados. What you name, the Common Shong. I call him the Al Sharpton of Barbados, man. All these guys with these dashi keys back to Africa. Go long. We keep him bim. We want back the land you stole, man. That's what we talking about. Prisoners of war, that's right. We're on everywhere that I could see. We are the originals, man. Facts. We don't want no reparation just so we could keep reparation. That's why black folks ain't getting no reparation, because you're still in bondage mentally. Everybody that's getting their right and we can't get ours, something wrong. We approaching it wrong, and we got the wrong people speaking on our behalf. Ask Ralph Torn what is his views and position on reparation. Y'all can't answer this man questions like let me stop. A brother said he found carbon deposits out there. Whoa, carbon deposits? Wait a minute. Carbon deposits? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It will be interesting to see if reparations was ever offered. What people would choose, money or land. You ain't get no land in reparations. You can forget that. If they sold the other owner the rock where we call High Rock, did that get the beach along? Hold on. Did he get the beach along with it? But wait a minute. If they sold the other owner the rock where we call High Rock, wait a minute. I mean the rock, wait, hold on. I mean they sold the other owner the rock where we call High Rock. I mean that rock with any water. Did he get the beach along with it? But wait a minute. You telling me they sold a rock that's out in the sea? Man, no. Somebody make it make sense. When you say High Rock, what you mean exactly, man? Hold on a second. When you say High Rock, what you mean exactly? Let me go back here. Dude, what it got me beat bad right now? Let me get my bearings, man. Let me get my bearings. Where we at? We in St. John. We in Belle Plaine. We coming down this side here. Back this side to Bathsheba. Let me turn this around. You mean tell me he got a rock out here? High Rock. Where's High Rock? Help me here, man. Where High Rock is? You referring to that rock that out to the sea by itself? You referring to this rock out here by itself in the water? High Rock. Let me know if you're referring to this rock right here. Because no, they got this is a little bend right here. A little bend right, kind of a little hill right here. Right. Let me know what y'all referring to, man. Because I cannot believe we all telling me at all. Somebody help me here, man. Help me here for sure. All right, hold on a second. Like TNT sell assets from big one-time money. Country have nothing to live on. So then tax. They can't tax themselves out of debt. No matter how they try, they can't do it. They cannot do it. Crazy. Wait a minute. We got a name, family. Somebody go take a look at that. Go to Kaipo and check it. Do your research. Somebody make a note of that. They're going to stop playing with us, family. Real thing, man. The question is being asked, is that why all the environmental studies were not carried out? The studies were carried out, all right. You just didn't get the report. I can tell you that. They know exactly why they want that property. They know exactly why. The rock on the beach where the Bold and Beautiful erected a house for the TV show. Okay, so y'all would know where that's at, where that located. They put a whole house on a rock to do a TV show in Barbados. There are things going on in BIM, and folks don't know. Yes, the Bathsheba Rock. Really? They sold that rock to the man? Man, y'all making sport. Y'all can't make, they sold that rock to the man? Like they turning Barbados to Epstein Island, yeah. You cannot sell what you don't own. Bunch of thieves. I agree. You cannot sell what you don't own. So it's all a fraud. They telling you that stuff, but they can't. Nah. Serious. The studies was carried out, family. I know they know what time it is. I know for a fact they know, family. I'm telling you, all know somebody phone ringing. You believe this man had me and Marty's sister on the program? Yeah. And she husband too? Yeah. Even pictures of your children. Shit online. Tell when they don't put their children up. They don't believe me. That's on y'all. That ain't on me a bit. Go look it up, family. Go look it up. That's all I'm telling y'all. Go look it up, man. Bottom line. They didn't own the river, but they sold him. You see, that's what I'm saying. They tell you that so you can accept it and keep noise about it and protest. They never sold the river. They can't sell the river. You see, it's all a gimmick. And they try to find ways to do paperwork to hide it. But if that land, like I said, the land has an owner. So what you're saying, the government took it from somebody, stole it from somebody. Yes, they stole it from you. You've been living there your whole life. That's yours. You live on that. Look, that when they did a survey, you live on the corner piece of that is yours. It is yours, not theirs. They're gonna bring surveys and try to mark around you and cut you out the picture. Nah, homie. Nah, sister. It is yours, man. It is yours. I saw the test being done by private companies. Yep. Yeah, they did studies, man. They didn't tell us. They did studies. I know that for a fact. These folks ain't playing. There's something in the ground that they want. They ain't mind no river to access. They just don't want you seeing what they're doing. Because once you start to see, you might ask questions. Too much corruption, Beverly, stop it. It is not corruption. We just call it corruption, but it's not corruption. This is what they're designed to do. You were given a government. You didn't create it. You were given it off the plantocracy coming out of a colony. The colony gave you a government. So what you think was going to happen? That's why there's no such thing as an independent party in Barbados. They'll never see the light of day the way they would like to, because the plantocracy will not hand over the books and the secrets. Imagine they put me in parliament for a day. You for real put me in that house to see what's going on. You kidding me? They gonna got to threaten me. Listen, what you see here, you got to swear off. That's why when they get elected, after you done voted for them or selected them, in your mind, they were already elected. They go in the office in front of that lady and they swear oath to secrecy to keep the government affairs quiet. And you got to understand why. I mean, I could even understand it myself. Don't get me wrong. But they can't come and tell you the truth that this is a plantocracy and they're working for the plantocracy, and the freedom that you're asking for, which is your sovereignty, is yours from the indigenous standpoint, Rastafari. That's why the Rasta flag there on that house, called it sovereign, right? Can't touch it. We don't have no fringe on it, so we're not infringing. This is part of the empire. This is part of the empire. We own the land belonging to the empire, the sovereign land, before these invaders came and invaded and colonized it. They came and colonized, so it's a colony. It's a colony. That's why it became then a country, because it's a colony. They colonized the land. It didn't belong to them as part of an empire. They only scotching, but because you have forgotten, the boy ain't asking a question. It was corrupt from its creation. Facts. It was built that way for a reason, and it's going to maintain the order. That's what they're there to do. Wait. You for real? Wait. Benjamin, wait. They put those people pushed down the hill in the name of development in that area. You for real? Road trip. Well, like I said, there's supposed to be a motorcade this weekend for those interested to put energy to the initiative, bringing awareness, support that if you are interested in doing so, and give it some strength. Like I said, we have to bring awareness wherever awareness is necessary. For me, it's about bringing this thing to the level where we stop asking the politicians to do things and start to do them for ourselves. We do not need them. Shout out to Fade, by the way, and the whole Fade family, and different initiatives going on right now in Fade. And also, so private companies to buy and sell real estate and lease as well. Facts. All the way from Australia. All the way from Australia. You can imagine that? All the way from Australia. I want to say something, though. I can say it in a minute, though. Okay. I'm going to put them pictures up for sure. For sure. That is it. That is it. Yes, we don't need the politicians. They need us. Facts, Samuel. Facts. Facts. Don't need them. We gotta stop begging. Only slaves beg. Free men and women don't beg. They work together. They come together and they work. The Bible tell the people to come out to them, my people. That's why I tell myself, these Christians say it's some new age Christians, man. They're not real Christians, man. Not according to the word of God, because God told us what to do. Listen, when you see the writing on the wall, come out. When you see me come send my spirit to Egypt, put the blood on your doorpost and pack your bag, because I coming. But God tell Barbados, coming. And guess what? It's time to come out of her. Here, people, stop playing with these people, man. If Ralph Torn is the savior, there's some things Ralph Torn have to do. For example, he has to denounce being King's Counsel. He has not yet openly done so. That video will go viral. And although you denounce that part, that's the first step, but it's a step nonetheless. We can get you where you're supposed to be if you're being truthful. But if you ain't being truthful, there's some other verses you might want to quote, though. About lying to the people of God, man. Millstone, man. That's for the record. Anyhow, family, what time is it? Damn, I wasn't planning on here this long at all. You know me, I'm in and out now. I ain't got no tight and said it all, family. I done told you what it is. I give you the information. Go look it up yourself. Don't go tell nobody that I tell you this and I tell you that. Go read for yourself, analyze it, pray God for wisdom, and ask God for the spirit of discernment so you can discern the situation as it is, man. Don't be letting people just tell you anything and you running with it. Don't ever do that. Study to show yourself approved, man. Do your research. Do your research. Don't let these cats trick you. Poverty versus prosperity. I'm going to show you one more thing before I go. One more thing. One more thing. Go on Facebook and Google it, man, and see for yourself. Maybe it's just a coincidence they have the same last name, but I don't know. But I bet if you go to that place there in Kaipo, and you type in the information, and you go and look that company up. Wait, hold on. Let me get the company name again here. Look, let me put that up. I ain't even mark it. Let me get it right here. Hold on. Let me get that right there. Look, let me get it right there. Damn, there's a whole lot of comments. I didn't even realize there's so many. Okay. All right. You're gonna find it. Can't be too far. Oh, here it is. You're gonna look that company up in Kaipo tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. Monday. Go look that up. Pull that file out the basement or wherever it is, keep the files, and open it and look at names. I would not be surprised if you see names in there that you recognize. They keep telling you about the investors in Joe's River and the investors. Australia. But we got some names tonight, man. We're going to look up and see if this is any relation to what's going on. I ain't saying it is. I ain't saying it isn't. I saying that we can look into it. Because ironically, an Australian who happens to be married to the prime servant's sister, who apparently used to live in Australia, that's back here now living, dealing with land exchanges and covenants and that kind of stuff. Man, isn't it a coincidence? It's strange, family. It's just a bit strange. So having said that, my question to you earlier is, are you ready? Beverly said you were ablaze. No, Beverly. Ice, fire, and water, Beverly. I always fire and water, man. I give you what your hand call for. I quench your thirst, so I can purify you. One of the two. Yes, to know that, Bev. Like I said, though, family, before I go, let me put this real quick again. Yes, I got to put this again. Like I said, man, don't let it trick you. Poverty versus prosperity. It's by the renewing of your mind. You cannot volunteer to be a victim and then claim that you're being victimized. You cannot willfully submit to the governing system of a plantocracy and then you complain when they begin to treat you like a slave. It does not make sense. It is abnormal behavior, and normal individuals who are conscious of their divine self in the name of God, made in the image and the likeness of God, will not subject themselves to that kind of behavior. So you got to look in the mirror. Mayor Motley has done nothing to the people of Barbados. Nothing. The people of Barbados has done it all to themselves. Straight talk. Ain't nobody oppressing you. You oppressing yourself voluntarily. Then you complaining to the oppressor who you volunteer to be oppressed by for oppressing you. Come out of her, my people. It's time that we build and do what we got to do for ourselves. I've been saying so for all the meetings, especially the last one. Yeah. Because I ain't been to none since. Y'all playing with this thing, man. You want to answer for nothing? Let's just go build our thing. Let's just do our thing. Let's have meetings discussing how we going to go forward. Not necessarily how we going to try to change the government, get rid of Mia. Get rid of Mia for what? Mia is doing what she's called to do. And whoever gets back in the corporation to run Barbados will do the same exact thing. They cannot do anything different. The people, if there's going to be a difference, the only way there could be a difference is from the level of the people. Only. And the level of the people got to select their leaders. The people got to elect their leaders. The people got to decide who they want to lead them. You can't get no leader in the opposition handed to you because he walked across the floor. You're mad. Ralph Thorne, you got opposition, man. You in the opposition. Far as concerned, you like the wolf in sheep's clothing, man. Until you prove otherwise. And I'm going to keep saying it till you prove otherwise because your rhetoric insufficient. Action got to count now. Yeah, me and Motley say action, not a bag of mouth. Yeah, the people want action from you. And the first thing, like I tell you, you got to denounce that King's Council, brother. Real thing. And the longer you take to do that, the more folks gonna start thinking, I wonder Rasta man, like you're right, yeah, cause you're gonna be a King's Council. Well, who made you King's Council? First of all, who made you King's Council? I used to be a Queen's Council, but then no more Queen. Unless you're saying the Republic is a hoax. Well, then come out and say so then. In which case, if the Republic is a hoax, it means that we still independent under the Queen head of state, which means no, Charles is head of state, which means that you still work for Charles, which means you could never work for the people. So in essence, you're kind of shooting yourself in the leg one way or the other. I don't know what you're going to do, bro. But like I told you, go on Lumumba's program. That's what you're supposed to do. But I'm telling you, go and sit down with Lumumba and do a live. Talk straight, man, one-to-one, man-to-man. Since you for the people. You got to come to the people. We've been representing the people, locally and domestically. Wait, hold up. Domestically is locally, but locally or regionally, I corrected myself. Yeah, we bought this life, homie. I mean, done Lumumba program, come and show me. Let me talk, man to man. Ain't that kind of program. We just gonna clear some stuff. Real thing. Set you on the right path, man. You better get here before me and Motley get here, because I got a feeling she coming on this program real soon. I just got a feeling. I'm feeling. Anyhow, family, they go on for the night, man. I think I've said it all tonight. Like I said, man, prosperity versus poverty. Nah. Poverty can never be versus prosperity, because poverty is a created state of consciousness. You got to accept the madness of poverty to be in poverty. But by renewing your mind, by your right consciousness, by your right mind, and raising your energy and your frequency by thinking positive thoughts always, and seeing the good in every situation, not just the bad, and recognize that Joe's River, please, that's ours. We didn't lose it. Nah, we didn't lose it. We only lost it when we think we lost it, and we act like we lost it. Is when you're going to lose it. Nah, they don't have no authority, family. Our prime servant is openly asking the colonial powers for reparation, which means that she is interested in restoring to the Africans that was stolen. Well, guess what? Myself and others, we represent those that was here before. So if she could advocate for the ones that was brought, trust me, she got to advocate for those that was here before, because they came and slaughtered people that was here before and took the land from the people. You got to give back the people the land, Miss Motley, and be coming for ours. Forget the whole project. We ain't even hoping that you give us anything. We know for a fact that you got to do it. It's just a reality. Because like I said, You can't ask for reparation for one and ignore the other. We are here and we are many and we are coming. Let me get that song back on. Let me share my song. Let me share this song. Family, I want to give thanks for those who stayed with us tonight and share their energy with us. It was a beautiful experience as always. You all already know. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks. And you know, I want to drop this again right here. Wait, hold on. Before I play this right here, I want y'all to listen to these words. Don't go yet. Don't allow folks is easy. Don't go yet. This is that kind of song. Listen to these words. Remember the legislation to make land purchase speedy? That applied to the foreigners. We ain't purchasing a thing. Y'all gonna give us back our land. Straight. Kevin say, do agree. I do. Fox Guard in the hen house come to mind. Is a fact, family, is a fact. I love the comments. Y'all got me on my chair tonight, on my edge. But listen to the words of this song, family. Show it to the sister for this one right here. It's an anthem, man. Are you ready, family? Listen to the words, family. Listen to the words. Are you ready? It's a question you need to answer yourself.
Every day we on we mission, we aiming with precision, we trotting on with wisdom. Your vibes is what we give them. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Injustice in the system, unfair laws and poor decisions. Time for revolution, time to find a resolution. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Are you ready? Are you ready?
My people, we must rise. And claim a rightful place in the light, reaching for the sky.
Claim your place in the light, family.
I dream the future and it looks so bright.
A future is bright. Our future is bright.
Very soon there'll be a change in the tide. Hold your head up high.
Hold your head high, family.
Remember to give praises for life.
We ain't begging the politician for nothing.
They get so more money, it be legal. Too much a war around the world, so dangerous for boys and girls. Things so dreaded, things so dreaded, things so dreaded.
Things dread.
So dreaded, keep the faith and just be strong. We not suffer more for long. Respect the tree that bears the fruit. Pray to Jah, He is the truth. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? My people, we must rise.
We must rise, people. We must rise.
Claim a rightful place in the light, reaching for the sky. I dream the future and it looks so bright. Though things not right.
Have faith, family.
Very soon there'll be a change in the tide.
Change is coming.
Your head high.
Hold your head high.
Remember to give praises for life. Soon we will rise again. Just sun bring out the light again. Top of the mountain we climb again. Around the corner we time again.
Woo.
No separation and war again. No blood and the streets, only peace remain. No system to tie up with mine again. History we are right again. One day soon we will rise again. Just sun bring out the light again. Top of the mountain we climb again. Around the corner we time again. No separation and war again. No
Yes.
blood and the streets, only peace remain. No system to tie up with mine again. History we are right again. We must rise.
We must rise, man.
And claim a rightful place in the light, reaching for the sky.
Just sun bring the light again, man.
I dream the future and it
Mountain top again, man.
will be right.
We must rise, my people.
Very soon there'll be a change in the tide.
Change in the time, family. Hold your head up high, family.
Remember to give praises for life. Yeah.
Yes, sister. Big tune. Look, that tune. Listen, man. I tell you all right. Listen, energy, right, is a serious thing, man. Feel the energy, family. If it ain't got no energy, it ain't got no life. You can't fake it. You can't fake it, family. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks. All those that stay with us tonight. Yeah, man. I thank you all the inbox crew for the information, especially. Look, man, it's one family. We not like we Shout out to FAID, like I said, Barbados National Congress, the People's National Congress. Yeah, that's the movement. That's what's up. And it's happening. That's why I give thanks for all y'all, man. So it's a new day. The same way they created a new day out of nowhere. Okay, well, guess what? Well, if they could do that, we could do that too. Because they represent a cooperation. We represent the people. The people will always rise above the fiction. Yes, family. I give thanks. Anyhow, be sure to like, so what do you call it? Like, subscribe, tell a friend. Y'all already know. Shout out to the people I came across recently that called me and said they remember me from primary school and whatnot. That was interesting. We're getting calls all week, folks. I didn't even know you had a program. I never even knew it was on. I mean, I'm like, well, I've been here for years. But like I said, family, the shadow ban is real. It's real. So I do my part. You got to do your part, right? So tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Straight up, all across the region, all across the land. We gonna do this, family. That's what's up, man. You know what I mean? Y'all have a beautiful evening. And wait a minute, today is Friday, and I almost forget. Wait, hold on. Yeah, better late than never. Like I said earlier, Shabbat. Well, I didn't say earlier, but Shabbat Shalom to the brothers and sisters who celebrate today. Salam alaikum. Y'all already know. Ashe Hotep, the conscious community. Islam to the Moors. Rastafari to the brethren and sisterin. This week on the 3rd was Empress Menen entry day. Shout out to the Empress all day, every day. Yesterday was my one of my princes, Herb Strong, as well. She was, yeah, interesting night. Leave it at that. But everybody else is love and light. Make sure you have an upful time. Maria, I see you too, Maria. I got some surprises for you too, by the way. Yeah. Shout out to FAID for real, man. I give thanks to everybody in FAID and to the Health and Wellness Fund Day that's coming up. I can't wait till that event come off. You know what I'm saying? Giving thanks for that as well. Y'all make this worth it, man. Like, so much worth it. Like, I give thanks, everyone, man. Gratitude is a must, Straight up. Hands up. Straight up, man. Anyhow, family, I gonna go again. Let's play a bit more of this tune right here. You know what I mean? Let it ride out, man. At least last the first. Empress was the man.
Respect the tree that bears the fruit. Pray to Jah, he is the truth. Are you ready? My people, we must rise. And claim a rightful place in our
Hearts, man.
reaching for the sky.
It's definitely they put up some, man. I see you, Daffodil.
It looks so bright, no things not right.
Yes.
Very soon there'll be a change in the tide. Hold your hand.
Shout out to the family on YouTube, man. Give thanks to all y'all. And for those on Facebook, man. Tell a friend and tell a friend.
Soon we will rise again. Just sun bring out the light again. Top of the mountain we climb again. Around the corner we time again. No separation and war again. No blood in the streets, only peace remain. No system to tie up with mine again. History we have a right again. One day soon we will rise again. Just sun bring out the light again. Top of the mountain we climb again. Around the corner we time again. No separation and war again. No blood in the streets, only peace remain. No system to tie up with mine again. History we have a right again. We must rise. And claim a rightful place in our life, reaching for the sky. I dream the future and it looks so bright. No things not